Now it's time for us to do the Impoppable with no monkey knowledge. We're going to head on over to the cabin. Hard Impoppable with Quincy as our hero. The key here is getting Quincy down right over here. To the right until you're red, down until you're red, and begin.
This is my territory. Quiet.
I love this spot because Quincy gets to see all this stuff up here. And then gets a good look over here, and another great look over here. Once we get this down, we're going to start saving up for a boomerang monkey, as it's important for our build.
Bring them.
We're not building the boomerang monkey because it's the best early game tower. We're building it because we're going all the way to round 100, right? We're going to be here a while. So we're going to put this boomerang monkey down like so. Down until it's red. To the right until it's red. Boom.
Tasty.
And this we want to upgrade until it's 022. But we're going to start with this one right here because the long range is super helpful for seeing stuff up here and around and then getting a good look down here. The other great thing about this boomerang monkey is that it pops leads. Lead popping is always a good thing to have in your build. Great. So now that this is 022, what might be next? Oh, it's a bomb shooter. Bomb shooters are quite good, especially late game. AoE is kind of the premium way of dealing with balloons, right? So we're gonna put this bomb shooter down until it touches Quincy, like so, to the right until it touches the boomerang monkey, and place it. We want to give this bigger bombs and some extra range. Then we're going to be doing what I call the safety sniper, which is super important for stuff that Quincy may or may not miss, you know? We put that right on over here.
Tasty.
Boom. And now we get to save up 1440 for our monkey village, which is actually what we wanted to do all along, but if you leak, you have to start over, right? Kind of a bummer. Quincy taking care of that first little camo balloon there. This we want to place down until it's red. And then to the left.
Yes.
But make sure you don't go down like I did there. Great. And we want to save up for jungle drums as it helps kind of all of our towers, especially Quincy, who is our only form of camo detection right now. I'm just addicted to jungle drums too. I can be open and honest with you all, it's just kind of my favorite upgrade for no reason. Boom. And we need to get some primary training as well. Extra popping power is always good.
More.
And here is round 33, which is the warning round, hey, you need some camo detection. But we're not going to get any more camo detection just yet. We want to make sure we get rid of the round 40 Moab as easily as possible. And for me, that is upgrading this to Moab Press. With the primary training, we just crush the Moab. So for around 4,000, you get to get through round 40 pretty much for free, which is kind of impressive. A single Moab is just no match for something that is designed to deal with Moabs. I kind of wonder if there was a Moab smaller play here somewhere. But I kind of worry because the bomb shooter doesn't really have the best vision in the world. And we were able to get through round 37 there without using Quincy's ability. I know it's a little hard to see with my camera, but we did not use Quincy's ability. But we did get a firm reminder that we need a radar scanner. Radar scanner is so expensive though, 2,400, and it doesn't help us pop balloons. What a bummer. We're going to be upgrading this into a
Get ready to feast.
cluster bomb shooter, as it's just so good, right?
Tasty.
Barely lived there, right? You could also use Quincy's ability, which I'll show you later, to really crush that, but it's easier to show with a slower moving Moab. This bomb shooter though is going to be really nice for us here. Curse of Cluster is really strong right now. And we're going to be saving up for the primary mentoring next. Boom. Primary mentoring. Now at this point in our build, it may look like we're just saving up and doing nothing, but that's pretty intentional because these next dozen or 2 rounds, there's not a lot of balloons that really threaten us, and it's just so much money. You can see our money goes up pretty quickly here. So this is why we're going to be getting the primary expertise next, and it's also really good on this map because our build is not necessarily the best build in the world. This has global range. It really helps us smooth out the mid-game in our build here. And we've also gotten to this point without having to use an alchemist, which I think is impressive. Alchemists are pretty good. But are they primary building good? The answer may surprise you. I also like how when the Moab gets defeated there, the recursive cluster just instantly pops all the balloons, right? That's kind of nuts, isn't it? It's already at 17,000. We compare that with everything. Pretty much already popped more than every other building we have combined. We do have golden balloons coming through our map all the time. Golden balloons are one of the least enjoyable parts of the events that they put out in this game because I think they just really don't give enough monkey money for what they're worth. You know, you can always do hard maps on easy or hard maps on hard and get a ton of monkey money just by doing some pretty basic stuff there. And I'd argue those maps are way easier than what we're trying to do here. And you can do that with monkey knowledge, right? They also give a ton of monkey knowledge XP as well. So Quincy's now level 10. If anything does go a little crazy here, as we're saving up for 30,000. But I don't anticipate anything too crazy just yet here. Round 60 will be a good round where I can show you the Quincy ability strat. Basically, we wait for the Moab to come just barely into Quincy's range and then use Quincy's ability. Which doesn't sound too interesting, does it? But that's what's really great about this spot. You get to use Quincy's ability twice in the late game. Here it comes. See how nice and slow it is. Wait for Quincy to start shooting. Use Quincy's ability. And look at that. All that damage. And now we have enough for primary expertise. so good. And now all of our primary buildings have primary expertise. That's a lot of damage. And now we get to put down our first alchemist of the build here. We want it to be all the way up in here. That's great.
Yes.
We're going to put this on strong. So everything's really good for us now. We're round 63, we have primary expertise. We have 2 really strong primary towers. An alchemist buffing them up. This alchemist can also do a little bit of damage to Moabs up here. Gets to throw stuff in a line, which with the alchemist projectile is really good too. And we're going to go ahead and give it stronger stimulant just to make everything go really fast here.
Run this one down. Savage.
Even with our super strong build, we can't take care of that golden bloom. Isn't that crazy? We need to nerf golden blooms. They're too strong.
Yes.
Now we can put down my favorite tower in this build, the ice tower, which may seem a little strange, but we need to put it right up here somewhere. Deplacing isn't super critical, as we're going to have plenty of range to do what we want. Boom, boom, boom. Icicle Impale is our late game option here. And you can see we can almost see down here without the Berserker Brew. But with Berserker Brew, we'll be able to see all the way up here, all the way around, and then again down here. This tower is really going to do some work for us late game. It's already kind of doing some work for us, right? 3,000 popped. And considering it can't even hit Moabs, which is kind of a weird thing for a tower this expensive to not even touch a Moab. It's just not fair. We're now saving up for 36,000, and we're in the part of the build where I was mentioning the money doesn't come quickly. We're just kind of cruising at 9,000 right now. Not a whole lot going on for us.
More.
Really slow now, huh? Just, oh, please give me money. What is the point of these rounds? That's a good question, isn't it? Like, maybe these rounds need to be looked at. The whole time we're just saving up for round 80, which at this point in our build, we're just gonna crush round 80. We could use Quincy's ability if we'd like. It's not critical. For round 80, I mean. And I think right after round 80, we start getting money again, which is nice too. $10,000 more to go until we've beaten the game. I think in any build, once you have Icicle Impale, you've kind of already won, right? Like losing the game after you have that tower just doesn't seem feasible. Boom, Quincy's ability. dominated. We still haven't used Quincy's level 10 ability. We shouldn't need to until round 100, which we're going to use it just to be extra safe. Because we'd be extra mad if we died. Icicle impale, we won. What do we do next? Well, we're going to get another alchemist for sure, Z's. The alchemist is super important. We only want it to be thrown onto this right here, though. So we're going to put it right like so. Boom, boom, boom. Set that to strong. It's just so important to have the buff onto this right here. We want a strong icicle tower. And we also want it to hit DDTs, which, in case you weren't familiar, the icicle impale does not hit DDTs unless you have that little green buff right there. The stupid looking dart with the green on it. Ugh. What does that even mean, bro? The icicle impale does slow our build down a little bit here, but c'est la vie. And now we're looking for, oh my gosh, it's a glue gunner with, would you look at that range? My gosh. We just want to make sure we don't put it somewhere where it's getting the alchemist buff, you know? I think right here is good. Boom, boom, boom. We're upgrading this bottom tree. We want super glue. Also, all that for free? Glue spatter? Sorry, glue splatter for free? I always think it's spatter. But splatter makes sense too, right? I guess spattering is a little more violent, you know? When something spatters against the wall, it's a lot different than a splatter, you know? Splatter could be on Nickelodeon. That word's probably banned from being used on Nickelodeon. Glue gunner, go, go, go. 16,000 to go. Will we have enough money before round 100? I think we will. I know I'm getting older, but I think we get enough money around round 96. That could be a totally made up number, but I know we get it before round 100. These rounds are also kind of unfair. You see how little money you actually get from Moabs. Like, I do a bazillion damage to this Moab and pop it and get nothing. It's crazy, isn't it? But at least we have Relentless Blue, right? I mean, I know a lot of people really like this upgrade. And I understand it's not a good upgrade, but Super Glue is a pretty good upgrade. I might have been being truthful with round 96 there. Oh, even before round 96. Very nice. Now we can just drop a little alchemist down here too. Oh yeah, right like there. This is great. Set that to strong, even though, fingers crossed, it will never ever hit anything. If it's hitting something, we're kind of in a bad sitch. We can get another alchemist here. We want to make sure we get any alchemist we put down to stronger stimulant, because I do believe if you have the regular stimulant, you can't get the stronger one, or at the very least it'll override, but we just don't want any silly stuff happening with the tower priority or anything like that. So make sure if you do put down an alchemist, you upgrade it all the way here. Now we get to just sit back and relax. We can finally upgrade this here. I'm just going to upgrade it to do as much damage as it can. And I'm going to show you why I love this spot for Quincy here. So Quincy starts shooting, boom. We use Quincy's ability. Use Quincy's level 10 ability. Doing damage. Lots of damage. And see the low cooldown with Quincy's ability? We're going to get to use Quincy's ability again, right here. All the damage. And while that's happening, everything gets stun locked. Use Quincy's ability again. And boom! Round 100 with no monkey knowledge. Just like so. Perfect.